Good morning. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Today we're going to go over our live mortgage rates for a few different programs, and then we're going to be talking about bank statement loans. Give us just a moment here to go live on all the platforms. We'll get started here in just a second. I see some comments already rolling in there in the chat. We got the chat up on the screen, so feel free to drop a comment in there. Great topic here for today. The most popular non-QM loan type out there, so great topic here to go over. And it looks like we're live on all the platforms, so we'll go ahead and get started. What we'll do is we'll take the chat off the screen for now, but go ahead and keep dropping your comments there in the chat. And you can also drop any questions you have in the chat, and we'll answer them after we go through the presentation here today. Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our sales manager, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender specializing in non-QM loans, and what we do every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern on this show is go through our live mortgage rates, and then we do a deep dive into a different loan type. And today's loan type is going to be bank statement loans, something we're very familiar with here at the Mortgage Calculator. But first, we'll do what we do every morning, which is pull up our live rates. So, Nick, if you're ready, definitely excited to see what the rates are looking like this morning.
Yes, the news continues to be good for rates. So today we will pull up our initial rates for August 27th, just after 11 a.m. Eastern. So all the initial rate sheets are live here. Definitely some good news. I see some 5s and 4s for the first time in quite a while, which is amazing. We will compare a standard scenario so we can compare the APR. If you'd like a full breakdown of all the itemized fees that go into the APR, please get with one of our team members. We have over 300 loan officers to help you out. For the standard scenario, we will set up a single family home, 500,000 purchase, 400,000 loan amount. That corresponds to 80% loan, 20% down payment. We'll use an estimated 760 credit score and an estimated 40% debt to income ratio. So let's check out the rates for today. All right. Love to see these numbers keep going down. First up, our 30-year fixed conventional option for primary home. Typically the standard option most people think of when they think of a mortgage. Coming in today under 6, which is awesome, 5.99. Final APR, 6.289. And if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for conventional, usually we want to compare that to an FHA example. FHA allows more leniency on credit issues and a much higher overall debt to income ratio, but does require upfront and yearly mortgage insurance. Rates today come in under 5, 4.99. Amazing. Back in action here. Final APR under 6 as well, 5.948 with all of the fees and mortgage insurance included. So if our customer qualifies for both options, they may consider FHA. Could be a touch cheaper in this example if they are willing to do the mortgage insurance. And our customers that need to use it, FHA is definitely back in action now for our home buyers. And VA for our eligible vets and active service members. The VA programs are amazing. Rates today coming in at 5.25, final APR 5.519, and that includes a standard funding fee. So if our customer qualifies for VA, it's definitely the best option compared to the other standard options. So definitely recommend our customers that qualify use the program. And the final government program here, standard program, USDA, is only for properties in USDA eligible areas of the country, the rural areas. If the property is eligible and our borrower is eligible, these are good programs to consider. Coming in today at 5.125, final APR 5.867 with all the standard fees. And we'll compare that typically to an FHA. So notice our USDA is a touch cheaper than the FHA in this example, and also a touch cheaper than our conventional. So good option for our borrowers looking in those areas. And that rounds out the standard options that any bank or lender has access to. But if our customer doesn't qualify, many banks or lenders have to deny them. That's where we love to work on our 5,000 additional options, including our topic for today, starting with our non-QM alt-doc options for our primary home. So our borrower doesn't qualify for conventional using 2 years of tax returns, needs to use different types of documents, such as bank statements, our topic for today, 1099s, P&Ls, all kinds of different options we have. This option here is typically a bank statement option coming in at 6.5 rate, final APR 6.810. So notice if our customer needs to switch from a conventional option, doesn't qualify, needs to switch to alt-doc, we're within about 0.5 typically. And the same thing for today to switch to alt docs. And Jose will show you guys all the unique examples of ways to use these programs here in a minute. And we can use the same programs, alt doc. So bank statements are similar for investment properties. So tons of flexibility. The bank statement option comes in today, 6.875 rate. Final APR here, 7.300 for investment properties. And we have a ton of other options for investments to compare. So there are no government programs though, so no VA, FHA, or USDA, but we do have our conventional investment option coming in today, 6.75 rate. Final APR 7.095. So the conventional option a little bit lower than the alt doc option, but not quite as low as our favorite loans, our DSCR loans. No employment needed, no income needed. We simply use the estimated rents from the appraisal to determine a DSCR ratio. If the estimated rents are higher than the estimated expenses, aka the property cash flows, that's a ratio of 1 or higher, which is preferred. For these demos, we use a ratio of 1.5 so we can see all the programs. First option, most common here, 3-year prepayment penalty, coming in today, 6.5 rate. Final APR, 6.823, so a touch lower than conventional to use a DSCR, absolutely amazing. And we can add a 5-year prepay, usually lowers the rates a touch. Today's just a touch lower on fees, so 6.5 rate. Final APR 6.760. Hopefully we see these DSCR and other non-QM programs update here shortly, later this week. And our final DSCR option, a no prepayment penalty option, coming in today, 6.999. Final APR 7.429. So that's a touch higher than conventional, but our investors will still typically use this DSCR option as it is much easier. You can do many more loans at the same time as well. And our final two demos, second mortgages for our borrowers that have a low rate first mortgage and do not want to use a HELOC. So these are fixed rate second mortgages for a primary home. Don't have to use a HELOC or adjustable rate mortgage. So much lower rates as low as 8.5, final APR 8.930. You're comparing that to HELOC. And we can use the same program, 30-year fixed second mortgage to get cash out of an investment property without touching that first mortgage. Rates as low as 9.75, final APR 10.026. And these are non-QM programs, so bank statements and similar, which is our topic for today. So as Kyle mentioned, these are some of our favorite programs. You see me go over those every day. The general category of non-QM bank statement is the most common version. We have tons of other options, so thousands of different variations, but it all starts with our most common option here, the bank statement program. So Jose, let's talk about why we would use the bank statement option, why we wouldn't use the bank statement option as well, and then let's check out the live rates, please.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Daily Mortgage Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Bank statement option is the most popular self-employed borrower option. This is the one where borrowers on tax returns are at $3,000 a month income, and with the bank statements, they are at $30,000 a month income and can definitely qualify for that home that they may have been priced out of due to the increases in the interest rates, right? They may have been approved at 3% back in the days, and now it's 6%. Double the interest rate, they may not qualify, but with a bank statement loan, they definitely do. Now, bank statement loans will allow up to 80% of the deposits to be used for income qualification purposes. Many options have 50% as the default profit margin, but we can go up to 80%, which is a great deal. So again, great options for your self-employed borrowers, but what you do have to be aware of with the bank statement loan is large unverifiable deposits, declining bank deposit trends, zero or low or negative bank balances at the end of the month, overdrafts, and NSFs. If you have any of these issues with your bank statement loan, then you should definitely consider a profit and loss option as your best option there. So let me go ahead and share our bank statement primary purchase options for you today. Our first option is at our maximum LTV of 90% for a primary bank statement purchase. And as always, please note, never any mortgage insurance applicable on any non-QM loan at any loan to value. So our lowest cost option here is 8.5% at par, and you can buy that down all the way to 7.625% for our 90% LTV primary purchase option. Now I wanted to show you here that we can also do those large loans. Here is an 80% LTV option, $3 million loan, $3,750,000 purchase price. You can see right there, and we have some awesome options here. 7.875 actually with a lender credit of 0.125, and you can buy that down all the way to 7% at a cost of 2.5 points for our 80% LTV, $3 million bank statement loan. And now for our low credit score borrowers, yes, we have options for everybody here with our bank statement loans. Primary purchase with a 600 credit score, we can go as high as 80% LTV, which is amazing with a 600 credit score. 11.125 is our lowest cost option at par, and you can buy that down all the way to 9.875% for our 80% LTV, 600 credit score, primary purchase. And for our investors out there, 85% LTV is the maximum LTV for a bank statement investment purchase. Our lowest cost option here is 8.624 at par, and we can buy that rate down all the way to 7.124% for our investment purchase at 85% loan to value, only 15% down payment. And for some cash out options, 80% LTV is the maximum LTV for our cash out options. Here we have our primary cash out. 7.875 is our lowest cost option with a lender credit of 0.125, and we can buy that down all the way to 7.125% for our 80% LTV primary cash out option. And our investment cash out option is 80% max LTV as well. And look at those rates. 7.875 is at par, and we can buy that down all the way to an amazing, and this is not a typo, folks, 6.375. Wow, bank statement investment, 80% LTV. That one is with a 5-year prepaid. And our last option is for our lower credit score borrowers. We did not forget about you. We have our 600 credit score option here for a cash out refi on an investment property, and we can go up to an astounding 75% LTV for the 600 credit score investment cash out option. 11.25% is our lowest cost option at a quarter point cost, and we can buy that down all the way to 9.625% for our investment cash out 75% LTV 600 credit score borrower. So you can see why the bank statement loans are so popular at the mortgage calculator and in non-QM in general. So please look to the mortgage calculator for all your bank statement needs.
All right. Thank you, Jose. I actually do not see any questions, but absolutely amazing programs there with the bank statement loans. Remember, everybody, that we do this at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, where we go through the live rates and then do a deep dive into a different loan type. So we'll have a new loan type for you tomorrow. So we will see you at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow for the next episode of Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Have a great day.